Beyond the compass, where the journey tells the tale, one map marks the winding road, one shows how we change the trail. Beyond the compass, far beyond the frame, we may return from where we went, but we never come back the same.
London begins before you arrive, before the plane lands, before the first step outside, before the river comes into view. You already know some version of it. We came chasing stories. Harry Potter, Jack the Ripper, royalty, Westminster, Parliament, and the perfect afternoon tea. Bridgerton-style, elegant, polished. At the Lanesborough, it felt like stepping onto the screen. But London never lets you stay inside just one story. It is layers, one city, 1,000 versions, and every traveller arrives looking for one. We began with the London that stands in stone. Westminster Abbey rose in front of us, not just as a building, but as a witness, a place where kings and queens have been crowned. Behind the Abbey, the gardens offered something softer. For a moment, London felt less like a city rushing and more like a place asking us to slow down. Inside Parliament, the story expanded. The halls, the chambers, the silence between rooms, all carried the sense that decisions made there shaped lives beyond the river. And then there was the river, the Thames, the old line through the heart of the city. As we moved along the water, London revealed itself. Buildings reflected in the dark, lights stretched across the surface. And then Tower Bridge came into view. Not just a bridge, a symbol, a doorway, a crossing between the London we know from postcards and the older London still walking beside it. Along this river, prisoners once passed toward the tower. Ships carried people, secrets, and stories. In the glow of night, it was easy to imagine the past still moving there. Not gone, just hidden in the current. Then the city changed again. Grand avenues gave way to narrow passages. The official story gave way to the imagined. A hidden alley, a crooked street, a corner that looked like it could lead to a bookshop, or a wand, or a secret door. This was the London of Harry Potter, a place where ordinary streets could open into impossible worlds. Maybe that is why these places matter. Not because they prove the story was real, but because they remind us imagination was real. Around another corner, the mood changed. The streets narrowed, the light faded, the past felt heavier. In the old lanes tied to Jack the Ripper, London became something else. Not royal, not magical, not elegant, but uneasy. Looking down those alleys, the story almost came to life. You could imagine the silence, the fear, the sudden discovery. A city holding its breath, waiting for the next shadow. That is part of London too, not the part polished for postcards, but the part that makes the city feel human. Somewhere in the middle of chasing what we thought we came to find, something began to shift. We stopped trying to collect London, and we started letting London find us. Outside the city, the story changed again. Stone cottages, old churches, quiet paths, water moving through town. There, the story slowed down. We'd come chasing places connected to the shows we already loved. Downton Abbey, Bridgerton, the kind of England that looks perfect on screen. But being there was different. The screen gives you the image, the place gives you the feeling. In Bampton, the village did not feel like a set. It felt lived in, a real place that had allowed a story to pass through it. Another kind of story. Not royal, not haunted, not fictional, but thoughtful. A place of courtyards and quiet ambition. Walking there, the story felt less like something from the past, and more like something still being written. By then, maybe we understood London differently. We had come chasing famous stories: Harry Potter, Jack the Ripper, Bridgerton, Downton Abbey, royalty. But the deeper story was not only in those places. It was in the way they changed as we moved through them. Sometimes the story we chase is not the story we experience, and that is okay. Because the story we experience belongs to us. This is beyond the compass. Not just where we went, but what the world showed us when we stopped chasing the story long enough to listen.